Hello, buddy. Sam here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's very late Saturday night video, I want to talk about some news that came out with CRISPR, and I want to talk about the importance of it, and basically give a couple of updates for this channel. So, speaking of the updates, of course, I haven't made a video in the past 30 days, 34 days specifically. And I came out from this meetup that was for YouTuber Amit Investing. If you guys don't know him, I would highly recommend you guys to go on YouTube right now and search for Amit Investing, subscribe to his channel, and definitely watch his videos. Amit has been an amazing spokesperson for companies like Palantir, talking about Robinhood, even companies like Tesla. Yes, a breadth of knowledge that I think we all can learn from. But of course, I went to his channel, like maybe a year ago or something like that. I still don't remember. I posted that video here, I think, in our YouTube channel, if I recall. If I didn't, pardon me for that. You can find it in his channel, the video that we did last year. But we got a lot of subscribers from that, right? There was a lot of interest. Actually, I would argue that a lot of his viewers are interested in breakthrough technologies, and I got a lot of new audience at that time. And actually, at this meetup, which you can see me at this meetup, if you try to find me, you know what? I'll let the viewers here try to find me. If you can find me, I'm definitely somewhere here in this picture that he just posted a couple of dozen minutes ago, and in this group picture. And there were a lot more people than that. I think I came later in that day. It started at 2 p.m. It ended like at around 6 something, and I came much later. I came like 4:50, 4:55, almost 5 p.m. Basically 5 p.m. I came, stayed until the end, which was like 6:30, 6:45, or even 7. I think we ended, or something close to that. But what an enjoyable event! I got to speak to a lot of people. It was really interesting. A lot of new faces that I've obviously never seen before, and it was interesting because as I was talking to some people, they were asking because they didn't know how I got to know Amit, right? Like, because everybody got to know Amit through either watching his videos on YouTube or, of course, on X. And I told them, look, honestly, the way I got to know him a little bit more is literally by going on his channel, right? And they're like, what do you mean going on his channel? I'm like, well, I have a YouTube channel. And then people started asking questions. And of course, a lot of questions were for CRISPR, which I'll tackle. Of course, the whole point of this video is to talk about CRISPR, which I want to talk about later here. But just wanted to cover this event. And actually, a lot of people were, a couple of people actually recognized me from my videos because of that interview last year. And actually, a couple of people were like trying to ask for my X account, and actually my X account was already added right in their following list on X.com, which means they already been following me, which obviously was all from this past year interview. It was over a year ago, I think, at this point. Not sure the exact date. I should know this, but what an enjoyable event here. Amit, very professional. I mean, it's nothing short, but just amazing. I mean, he's one of a kind, and everybody in the community there. And I really like that type of overlap community, right? He's obviously, you see the background there, Palantir, which we actually made a couple of videos about Palantir in this channel. If you guys recall, loyal viewers or old school viewers, you can find out my video catalog, just search Palantir. I actually made a couple of videos on Palantir, how they intersect with genomics, right? Back in 2021, 2022. So nonetheless, here, what an amazing event. I learned a lot. Had a great conversation with a couple of folks. And obviously, it's all in Toronto, this meetup. And I think that shows that I was talking to someone there, and they said it perfectly. You know, Toronto has a huge community of folks that want to do these things, right? Gather, talk, discuss. But we don't really have those events. We don't really have those meetups. So when someone like Amit, who, let's be honest, he's not even Canadian, right? He's actually based in US, right? Northeast US. And he's coming down here for the first time to do a meetup. And then you see the show up. And like I said, there's a lot more than just these people in this picture here. Like I said, this picture was taken near like 5:30 or 5:45, something like that. There was already a group picture earlier, like 2 hours before, which obviously at that point some people left after that first group picture. So what an amazing event. I'll end this like that, guys. I don't want to go too deep, but I had a conversation with them, and that kind of spills over CRISPR now and the next part of this video. And I was having conversation with some folks, and they told me about consistency of YouTube videos and so on. And you know what? I'm officially announcing here, I am making consistent videos again on YouTube. Is it gonna be daily? I don't know. I'm just gonna start publishing everyday videos as much as I can, however I can, whenever I can. Because I see the importance of the work we're doing here. I see the importance of the work we're doing. I see the importance of the community. I see the importance of rallying folks together, educating folks, people that want information for free, without any strings attached. I've always said I've always will make this YouTube channel for free. There will never be a paywall. If people want to donate, if people want to give up, some donation, so on, that's up to them. I'm not asking for a single penny of anybody. I have my day job. I have other things on the side that obviously I make money from that can sustain my lifestyle. This is genuinely out of passion, out of my own will, and I want to keep it that way because that's, in my opinion, the only way that I can stay motivated and inspired to do these things. And I think that this meetup that we just had today was a great reminder of how important that work is, right? So here we go. So a couple of news here. A bunch of things happened last month, obviously, and I'm gonna cover some more tomorrow in tomorrow's video on Sunday. Not sure when I'll be posting the video on Sunday, but it'll be tomorrow. But there's a couple of things here, guys. Marsh, one of our members in our community, on X.com posted this news, right? And I'm embarrassed I didn't follow it. I didn't find it again. This was published yesterday. Just so many things happening in our lives, guys. I get busy here and there. I can't catch all the news. So sometimes I need folks to literally give me that news, like Marsh did. And of course, I tackled it. And John Evans actually republished that news and kind of deciphered the importance of it. And he said, and I quote, "On Friday, Secretary Kennedy highlighted an innovative coverage model for sickle cell disease patients in 35 states, covering 84 patients in Medicaid sickle cell disease patients." That's actually from the article. And then Evans also said previously to that, "I so appreciate the strong statement of the support from Kennedy for genetic therapies in sickle cell disease, which can potentially restore sickle cell patients to health after a lifetime of chronic illness," right? And you take a look at here the news article here. So Kennedy actually, this was like I said, on Friday, right, at the Francis Marion Hotel, and basically in Charleston, which obviously is in U.S. there, and basically the news here in South Carolina is that additionally claimed that 35 states, including South Carolina, have already signed up to participate. With those numbers, he said it would reach 84% of Medicaid beneficiary with sickle cell disease. The goal is to have all states board by the end of the year, which means 100%, right? Which is a real win-win for everybody. You guys got to remember, and this is the question people ask me in the meetup. They told me, how much does it cost per therapy? And I told them 2.2 million. And, their eyes, when the person I was talking to, their eyes went up. And I told them, look, it's not like we're expecting folks to pay that out of their pockets. We need governments. We need insurance companies to cover these costs, right? There's no way you can ask any of these individuals to pay that 2.2 million. And actually, there was a couple of research I remember reading is, in fact, sickle cell disease, for example, is affected towards more darker skinned folks. And I mean, I can start using ChatGPT to prove it to you guys all, but I won't. But we all know that, darker folks, individuals have lower income compared to lighter skin in certain regions of the world, right? Including in the US, we know that there's many research papers. Lower income neighborhoods have a higher density, unfortunately, of darker skinned individuals, which you can kind of conclude that folks with sickle cell disease may not have the proper income and the proper resources to pay 2.2 million per therapy, right? Thus why it's so important to get all these states on board. And 35 states is amazing. You still have 15 to go, so we'll see where that goes. But I think this is kind of a good segue as well as to Kennedy's support for sickle cell disease eradication, right? If you remember, guys, before he got appointed, he had to disclose all these documents, and he had a certain stake involved in CRISPR Therapeutics, and I mean an investment directly to CRSP stock symbol, which is of course CRISPR Therapeutics. And obviously in this channel we deducted that he's going to tackle that space as soon as possible, considering he was personally invested in it. Maybe not personal, but his his fund, whatever. But the point here is that he is personally invested, because I believe he did say, I think it was like a friend who had sickle cell disease. He had people involved in that space, unfortunately. So he wants to tackle this problem, and he knows CRISPR Therapeutics is leading with it with Casgevy because he invested in it, and because of this news that just happened 24 hours ago, right? This is just amazing stuff happening here on the side. What's unfortunate, guys, is that today my conversation with some of the folks at the meetup was that a lot of people ask me, what's the stock price, what's going on with the market cap, and it's kind of hard to answer those questions when since 2021 everything's been declined. It's almost like embarrassing, right? It's easy for me to speak here through this video camera and to this microphone. It's a one-way conversation, but a human to conversation, it's very hard to explain to someone why 2021 every company in the CRISPR landscape and in the biotech space as a whole, it's been in a decline stock price, or at least been trading sideways. You look at Teladoc, crazy decline. CRISPR companies, crazy decline. Right? You look at all these companies. Look at Moderna. What happened with Moderna, right? And it's a lot of recurring arguments was always like, well, I don't touch the biotech space. And my argument to that often was, guys, I didn't touch the biotech space either until 2020, 2021. Before that, I was in Tesla. I was in Meta, Netflix, Bitcoin, all these companies. I've always been a technologist. I've always been one. I'm an engineer by trade, software engineer. I understand that space. And still, I ventured in the biotech space, specifically in CRISPR, because I was willing to do the homework. I was willing to do the research. It's not because of the 2021 spike that I got into this space. It's because I was looking for another vertical that could, get my brains juicing. And I would tell you, CRISPR does exactly that. And I think every conversation I had, I think after that, some people sort of opened up. I think people are interested in it. People want to learn more, but they don't know where to look. I made that joke in the past, but it's kind of embarrassing. If you go on YouTube and you search for CRISPR stock videos, and you're just going to see my videos. I mean, it's very rare you see other people's covering it on a continuous basis, right? You may see one big channel cover it like for 2 minutes out of their 20 minutes video, or you may see some random video from like, I don't know, CNBC talk about CRISPR here and there, but it's not enough, right? You need, daily conversations on it. You need posts on X, even on X, I don't even see a lot of posts on CRISPR anymore compared to 2021. Yet, there is a community for it, because I know that, because when I post videos, there's recurring views, people come back, people post on our channel, people are on our community, people are willing to learn, they stay subscribed, they stay invested, I know some folks even are buying more in their portfolio, which I love to hear, right? So, guys, I'm gonna end this video like this. It's midnight now, and it's getting really late, and I didn't really intend this video to go that long, almost 15 minutes here. But as always, guys, subscribe if you haven't. Do like this video. It really does help the channel, guys. It really, really does help the channel. Let's get this channel rolling every single day. New videos. Post in the comments below, guys. What do you guys want to see more? Let's engage. What do you guys think about this news? And I'll see you guys next video. And hopefully one day we do a meetup. Who knows? Thank you.